Friends, we are going to begin the funeral service for Mr. Orrin E. Brand. If you have a cell phone, I'd ask you kindly to place it in silent mode or turn it completely off at this time. I'd also like to welcome anybody visiting us via live stream. On behalf of the family, thank you as well. Services will be conducted by Rabbi Lisa Bellows of Congregation Beth Am in Buffalo Grove.
We are here, friends, today to say goodbye to and to celebrate Orrin's life, for his undying love, which death cannot sever, for his companionship that we shared along life's path, and which continues through the tenderness of memory, for the gifts of his heart and mind that brought us joy and happiness and is now a precious remembrance. For all these and more, we give thanks. And the inside cover of the leaflet that you have is the 23rd Psalm. The 23rd Psalm was written by our psalmist, King David. And King David wrote about issues of life and faith, of death, and also of loss. I'll read some in Hebrew, and let's join together in English. Adonai ro'i lo echsar binotesha yarbitzeni, al mei menachot yenachaleni. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Birth is a beginning and death a destination, but life is a journey, a going, a growing from stage to stage, from childhood to maturity and youth to age, from innocence to awareness and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion, and then perhaps to wisdom, from weakness to strength, or strength to weakness, and often back again, from health to sickness, and back we pray to health again, from offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion, and grief to understanding, from fear to faith, from defeat to defeat to defeat, until looking backwards or ahead, we see that victory lies not at some high place along the way, but in having made the journey a sacred pilgrimage, made stage by stage. Birth is a beginning and death a destination, but life is a journey, a sacred pilgrimage, made stage by stage, from birth to death to life everlasting. In his sorrow, Job cried out, Adonai Natan v'Adonai lakach, Yehi Shem Adonai mevorach. God has given, blessed be God's name. An ancient people, we are well acquainted with grief and with the valley of the shadows. Death and sorrow are not strangers to us. Yet the centuries have taught us that a good name endures beyond the grave and that there is strength in faith. With Job we say, Adonai Natan, God, you have given. You gave us a loved one who will never be forgotten. For all that was good and enduring in Orrin's life, we offer the deepest thanks of our hearts. Adonai Lakach, we pray for the strength to turn our broken hearts into an altar of trust before which we acknowledge your sovereignty and love as we say, Yehi Shem Adonai Mevorach, blessed be God's name, now and forever. In the book of Ecclesiastes, we read that there's a time to keep silent and that there's a time to speak. It's an honor to invite Charlotte to offer words from her heart.
Welcome to the final broadcast of Mike Jackson Outdoors. When we lose a loved one, particularly a husband or a wife, people say you only remember the good things. Here's what I'm going to remember about Orrin. His relentless teasing, the way he could tell a joke, and the way he could always make me laugh, even when I didn't want to. How young at heart he was, and his zest for life. His brilliance as a broadcaster and a journalist. His innate ability and desire to talk to anybody, anywhere, at any time. Here's a quick example. Orrin hated shopping, but if he did come to the mall with me, he'd sit on a bench, where all the guys sit, and he'd tell me to have fun, spend some money, and for God's sake, buy something you're not gonna return. I'd come back a couple hours later, and there was a fiesta going on. He'd be talking to everyone, introducing me to people by name, and I'd say, this is just great, Orrin. Now we have to invite them all for Thanksgiving. I'm going to remember how he loved me and always wanted to protect me. I marveled at how much he valued friendships. If he was your friend, he was your friend for life. I'll remember having dinner together at home, just the two of us most evenings, and he told me I should open a restaurant because everything was so delicious. And the trips we took together and the fun we had, especially when he taught me to ride a moped and drive a four-wheeler, you can only imagine. I'll remember how much he loved his parents and how devoted he was to mine. When my dad had to go to a nursing home, he told me no daughter should have to see a dad put into a nursing home. I'll take care of everything for you. Most of all, I'll remember that family was everything to Orrin. He loved his children, Debbie and Christian, Melissa and Stephanie, and his grandchildren, Emma and Ethan and Josh and Jillian. I love you, Orrin, and I'll never forget you. It was one hell of a ride.
Orrin grew up on the north side of Chicago. He went to Roosevelt High School and he earned a degree in broadcast journalism from Columbia College. He was the devoted son of the late Irving and late Sylvia, who he, as Charlotte offered, loved so dearly. An only child, he was close with his cousins. He enjoyed talking with them and being with them. Orrin was a devoted dad who loved and cared about his daughters, and he was Charlotte's treasured husband. life companion. Charlotte, you were married for 37 years, and of course you want more. Though it seemed like Orrin had 9 lives, we are today all wishing he had even more than that. Charlotte, there were a lot of coincidences in your meeting and also over the years which confirmed beyond a doubt that Orrin was your beshert, the one meant to be, and you were his. He was also so good to your parents. He loved them as well. Charlotte and Orrin met at a Jewish singles dance before they had apps for this kind of thing. The dance was at the Snuggery. Charlotte did not want to go to this dance, but she did. She arrived at the dance and saw this guy dancing, and she had seen him at other Jewish dances, and she just knew that he was never going to come to ask her to dance. So without missing much of a beat, she went up to Orrin, who was on the dance floor, and said, "So, are we going to dance or what?" Orrin loved that. All the pressure was off. All he had to do was dance. He loved to dance, and the rest, as they say, is history. At the time he and Charlotte met, Orrin was father to Melissa and Stephanie. Charlotte had Debbie, only a very young girl at the time. Melissa remembers her dad telling her that Debbie loved Melissa, and eventually they became family. Debbie was just 4 years old when Orrin and Charlotte married, and soon after he officially adopted Debbie as his. Debbie remembers his singing "Good Night, Sweetheart" when tucking her into bed for the night. Orrin loved his family greatly, and he was so proud of his grandchildren, Josh and Jillian, Emma and Ethan. He loved them so much, and he was a great poppy to them. He loved to play with them and chase them, and of course there was this bomb butts, little knock on the forehead, which still can bring a smile. If you knew Orrin, you knew that he was a man of many talents, hobbies, and was blessed with a full career. His first broadcasting job on the radio was in Indiana. He was later on the TV news in Madison and Minneapolis, Minnesota. He was an investigative reporter who went, as we heard, by the name Jackson. Many of his colleagues and the world knew him as Mike Jackson. Orrin was involved with radio, TV, and newspaper. He was an outdoor editor for the Daily Herald, where he had a column for at least 25 years. And for a short time, he taught communications at Harper. I believe he was at one point also a deputy sheriff. When Charlotte and Orrin married, Orrin started Brand Communications. He knew that business from when he was a boy working at his father's printing company. Orrin had many hobbies. He especially loved to fish. He would go fishing with his parents as a boy, and he fished with his dad a lot, and also with the kids. He was a fishing guide on Lake Minnetonka and other lakes, and he even hosted an ice fishing derby with sponsors and prizes at Bangs Lake. Orrin loved his fishing boat, which he had for a long time, and it was hard for him to give that up. But he did when he needed to. In 2011, Orrin was inducted into the National Freshwater Hall of Fame. I just want to stop here. You know those commercials that say, "But wait, there's more"? Orrin, he was also a ham radio operator. He talked to people everywhere and all over the world. He enjoyed motorcycling. He loved to go for big rides with his buddies all over. And he was fortunate to travel all over the world, which he loved: New Zealand, Costa Rica, Israel, and many other places. Orrin had a great sense of humor. His favorite joke: "Are you comfortable? I make a living." He loved to make you laugh. When he first met Debbie's husband, Christian, he greeted him at the door saying, "Hello, Christian." It broke the ice, and it was the beginning of a long friendship. Orrin was a person who loved life, and he loved people. He would talk to people anywhere at any time. And it's not nothing that he would go shopping with you, Charlotte. And then to have an entourage for you to greet was simply spectacular. Orrin was an honest person who told it like it is. He loved his family fiercely. He was a strong Zionist, and Jewish tradition and the values we hold dear were important to him. Orrin taught you to live life. And each moment that you do, when you laugh, when you tell a joke, when you engage in hobbies that add to your life, so he is with you. Not in the way we want him to be, but in the way he is now. When you strike up a conversation with a total stranger and end up gaining a new friend, so he is with you. When you put love out into the world, so he is with you, and the world remains a brighter place because he was in it. May Orrin's name and memory be for us, for Israel, and all the world a blessing. Psalm 23 that we shared together in English is a reminder from our psalmist that we are never alone. We walk the valley of the shadows together. This next prayer is called El Malei Rachamim, and it's a prayer that we say only for Orrin. We ask that God continue to receive him with love and tenderness and care. I'll chant the Hebrew and then I'll offer the translation that I have in English. If you're able, please rise. El Malei Rachamim Shochen Bamromim Hametzei Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanfei HaShechina Im Kedoshim Utorim Kezohar Harakia Mazhirim Et Nishmat Yoshua ben Yitzchak Yaakov Shehalach Le'olamo Baal Harachamim Yastirehu Beseter Kenefav Le'olamim Veitzur Bitzur HaChaim Et Nishmato Adonai Hu Nachalato V'yanuach B'shalom Al Mishkavo V'nomar Amen. Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to Orrin Brand, who has entered eternity. O God of mercy, let him find refuge in the shadow of your wings. Let his soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is his inheritance. May he rest in peace. We say together, Amen. Please be seated.
This does conclude the service here at the chapel. Immediately following the burial, the family will be receiving condolence calls at the Walker residence, 701 Catino Court in Roselle. Again, immediately following the cemetery until 9 o'clock this evening, and then tomorrow from 3 p.m. until 9. If you didn't receive a pamphlet when you entered the chapel, please get one. When you leave, it does have the address and the hours, and it is also on our website, so you can refer to it there as well. Interment will take place at Shalom Memorial Park, that's 1700 West Rand Road in Arlington Heights. The procession will be forming in the parking lot. Please keep in mind a few safety features while in the procession. Keep your bright headlights on at all times. Put your emergency blinkers on. Attach the orange funeral sticker to the passenger portion of your front windshield. And we'll also attach a flag to the roof of your car. And please stay as close as safety permits to the car in front of you. The following people have been selected to serve as pallbearers. When I call your name, if you please come forward. Christian Walker, David Greenfield, Craig Burke, Phil Wine, Shelley Pike, Linda Polvier, and serving as honorary pallbearers will be Mike Ventresca, Jim Grant, and Spence Petros. At this time, I would ask that everyone please rise as the family and the rabbi are escorted from the chapel. Now have the family come this way.